Hi. She got the booty mug today. I thought I could get through the day without coffee because I'm aware of my dependency on coffee. I'm fully aware of it. And I couldn't do it. Not because it's because of the headache. It was the headache. I couldn't stand it anymore, and literally having a small cup of coffee has lifted my whole headache, my whole attitude, my whole energy. And so it's medicine for me right now, okay? Just, I'm fully aware of how much I rely on coffee. Anyway, we're back. If you don't know who I am Jill Blanchard. I am a certified hypnotherapist and intuitive, as well as co-owner of this beautiful space, ritual space, which is a conscious co-working space and yoga studio in Southwest Florida. So welcome. I'm excited to shuffle some cards again, trying something new, trying to connect with more people and to also like connect better with how I want to make content, to promote myself, my business, and just like spread the good little word of mindset healing and spiritual connection and all of those things. So we're gonna get together and shuffle cards today for a little collective message. And I've already pulled some cards before I came on, and we'll shuffle more as we go. But you know, the joy and the purpose of shuffling cards for me has been just a great way to help me connect with my intuitive abilities. We are all intuitive. We all have that ability. We all are spiritual beings having a human experience. And tarot cards is a great way for me and my clients to just validate our experience, to kind of give us a bird's eye view and look at the energy that we're working with so that we can make empowered choices for ourselves. It's also a great tool to look at ourselves and connect through story and metaphor. And so that's what we're doing today. And see if we can share a message that resonates and can offer you support on your healing journey. So here we go. First card, I'm starting with the Kali Oracle. Mahavidya. And I'm going to read this card intuitively, though. If you look at this card, you have the moon, a scythe, a big leaf, like a palm leaf, a lotus, and a severed tongue with some mala beads. Right off the bat, in this deck, the Kali Oracle deck, we tend to see a lot of imagery that is fierce feminine power, and Kali, to see a severed tongue on this like offering plate almost looks like, you know, like for me it's about severing the negative tongue that we speak to ourselves and to others, because we know the power of our thoughts and the power of our words. So if we can be conscious and really kind of nick that in the butt, any of those negative self-talk, any you know, thoughts that just are harmful to you and actually where you're going and what you want to feel and accomplish, then that is kind of the key to our growth. And that's what the lotus would indicate here on this card too. Growing from the depths, growing from the muck, growing from the deep. And some of our most painful, our most limiting beliefs come from deep within the subconscious, super deep within the subconscious. And so what I like about this card is that it's kind of already setting the tone for this reading in a big way. The next two cards I pulled from a Sacred Creator's Oracle are Creator, fire and creator air. And air kind of connects, the element of air connects me back to the power of words and thoughts, and how our thoughts fuel our creativity and the spark that we feel. These are two different feelings, right? The power of the mind, the power of our words, and how we intentionally use our words, and also this creative fire that comes from the sacral, right? The solar plexus, the things that when we feel it in our gut, right? Our intuitive impulses, we feel it in our gut often. So when we can connect with that feeling and honor that feeling, and then allow it to inspire our thoughts in our mind, and how we choose to use our words to create these creative impulses that we get, right? It's about kind of aligning these two things so they work for us. So if we are speaking poorly about our creative ideas, or doubting our own ability to show up and to feel empowered, to feel sensual, even, like it to me, this even connects with how you connect with yourself on a personal, intimate level, right? Because if we don't feel that we are empowered, if we don't feel connected to our sexual, sensual, creative energy, if we don't resonate with that, or we doubt it, then nothing comes of it. We can't manifest or create anything from that energy. So this is really telling me already, this energy for all of us is to really focus on the power of our words and our thoughts, and how, and just notice how that they are impacting our creation, and what we're creating, what we're co-creating. And the cards from the tarot are playfulness, wow, silence, and the dream. Creative energy asks us to play, asks us to feel, asks us to crave and to indulge and to stoke, right? Those fires, those creative impulses and those desires that we have. And I almost wonder if there is a hidden desire or dream that we almost feel separate from, whether we're conscious of it or not. Let me sit with that for a second. Or this dream that we have, there's something within the subconscious, some kind of inner story we tell ourselves that is keeping us maybe from being in this playful, vibrant energy. We want to embody that playful, creative energy so that we can attract like energy, right? And so if there's anything that makes you feel like you can't have it, or because it's not here right now, that it's gonna pass you by, but the things that are meant for you can never leave you. And again, this is coming back to burnout at the bottom of the deck. Exhaustion. You can't create anything meaningful if you're depleted of energy and life force energy. Creator fire and playfulness, this is beautiful energy. So if you notice that you're tired or exhausted, kind of like how I was feeling earlier, okay, feeling a little called out, thank you, Spirit, thank you, God. Thank you so much. If you're feeling burnt out and exhausted, then you can't create. So that is a sign for you to rest, right? It's a sign for you to rest, and to pay attention to the quality of your thoughts and your emotions, so that you can redirect those feelings back into a space that allows you to put that creative, flirty energy towards your dream. Something about this feels it just kind of feels like there's a need for balance. There's a need for balance so that these things can manifest. Yeah. Okay. There is a desire that you have for yourself for more, to have fulfilling, joyful experiences. And there's a new vision that's being crafted, being created from this desire for more. It's almost like, you know, when you make a vision board for yourself to help you kind of visualize your goals, right? What you're working toward. That is a fun and creative, playful way to kind of get that idea out of your head, put on paper, and to build it, and to build and help create this feeling, this vibe. We love a vibe. So you can see it outside of yourself and help yourself connect with that feeling so that you remember what it feels like to move toward that. But it's about having a new vision that doesn't necessarily come with all the details. Not necessarily. It's about just finding the balance and helping yourself align with that feeling. It feels when you connect with that feeling that feels new, it feels free. It's also about acknowledging kind of the situations and the foundations that you've built for yourself that are kind of allowing you to see things from this perspective and to have a new vision, this new way of perceiving your life or your reality. You had to crawl before you could run, right? You had to learn, you had to build foundations before you could start building and really seeing your vision come to life. And you have, like, there's something about that. There's something about the roots that have been established as you're growing this vision for your life, or you're starting to understand this vision, and allowing yourself to have fun with it, which is excellent. You want to have fun. We're not brought here to suffer, I'll tell you that. We're here to learn and to have fun. With kind of how this reading started, this is making me think that maybe, you know, there's like definitely a need to kind of pause and look at the roots that you've established, and anything in the past that has you have shame or guilt over, or feel like you did it incorrectly, that's impacting you now. It's impacting you and how you're experiencing this present moment and how you're having fun. So let's take time to acknowledge that, right? Let's take time to acknowledge any negative talk or associations that we have with our experience, because your experience is sacred and everything that you've been through. Let's give it meaning, right, and purpose, so that we can connect with a higher truth and move toward a new vision, because that's ultimately your choice. The things that you're moving toward are an empowered choice, and the new choices that you're making are feeling so playful and alive and creative, and there's that spark. And so the thoughts need to align with that. So if there's any limiting beliefs and thoughts that are holding you back, that's something that needs to be healed and addressed. I think it's important to say too, like, the things that you're reaching for are reaching for you. I think about how ritual space came to be. I could show you the napkin, right, that I wrote this down on, this beautiful healing space that I've been able to create with my business partner, Alex Wilson. And there was an opportunity to establish kind of like a wellness space, a co-working space, before this, and it just never really came to fruition. And that's okay, because in the back of my mind, I just knew, well, it'll happen when it happens, because I want it and it's gonna happen. And there's a deep knowing, right, that has to exist, and that did exist as I was moving toward that. It was something that lit my creative fire, right? And my thoughts were aligned. I trust that this is gonna happen. The path of least resistance, like, I just trust that this is gonna happen. And it took a couple months, and then Alex and I connected, and we're having conversations kind of about our work and what we're doing, and she had me on her podcast, and we were having conversations, and we realized that we had similar goals. And things fell into place. This lease opened up right next to the yoga studio that she owns, and things fall into place. The things that you're reaching for are reaching for you. Totality. And so this creative process is also not just a solo one. This is a collaborative effort that we're making with people around us, with source, right? With spirit, with the universe, with our community, our friends, our partners. Know that, you know, the things that you want you too, and they come together in a moment of reach, right? Of putting yourself out there. So there has to be this understanding and this knowing of that, to kind of help guide you and give you comfort as you move down this path toward your creation and this new vision that you have for your life. And because you're in this playful energy, you're going to attract that back into your life too, which is awesome. This is about positive influence. This is about making people feel a certain way. And so that as you curate this feeling for people just based off of your own attitude and how you speak about your goals and yourself and what you're working toward, it attracts the people that be like, yes, I align with that. That resonates with me. That feels really good, and I want to be on your team. You know what I mean? And then that's where we co-create. So really important. And listen, this is a message for me just as much as it is for all of us. So I feel that. With the dream here, this feeling of, there's something here that feels separate from the things that you want most. Whether that's love, connection, community, right? It's almost like feeling separate, that is far from you. But the dream is within you. You are the dream. You're a part of that dream. You are a co-creator of that dream. You are, if it's in your heart, it's for you, you know? And sometimes we have moments where we don't feel like enough, like good enough. And so we put on a mask, or we reach for the things that could be the dream, right? Being realized, or it could be something else, right? Something isn't completely clear. To clarify the dream, we have morality and politics. This card is nasty. Look at, ugh. It's not really focusing very well. That dude is so gross. Nasty. So that's heavy energy, right? That's connected to that. And I think there's a two-sided message here. What that makes me think of and feel of is coming back to this, right? Coming back to how our thoughts need to be aligned with our passions and our desires and what we want. And so if there's anything negative, if there's anything destructive or limiting, and we put a mask over it, right? And identify, like, it's almost like a hidden agenda that we have. It comes out in what we manifest, and we don't manifest what we want. We don't get the things that we actually want in its purest form. Also, something about doing things the right way, how they should be done, is a false premise. How should things be done? You get to decide, you know, you don't have to follow any rules or how you think things should be done or how you perceive other people want them to be done. This is about showing up authentically. So if you're hiding something, if you're masking something, if you're collaborating with people and you sense that they're masking something, and there is any kind of rigidity or guidelines that you feel you have to follow in order to have the things that you want, this dream, it doesn't feel like then maybe it's not what it, maybe it's not it, you know? And so just be weary of that. That almost feels like a warning, right? To trust. You have to feel connected to yourself in what you want, to trust that you are calling in exactly what's for you. So if you're hiding yourself, if you have a hidden agenda, if you are limiting yourself by some moral code that you've been conditioned to believe that doesn't actually serve you or allow you to have the things that you want, let's rethink this, right? Let's do that subconscious work. Let's go within and help heal some of that, because who you are and what you are, the energy that you put off, and the quality of the thoughts in your mind and how you feel about yourself is what is the magnet that draws things in. And this isn't to like, well, it's not to not call you out, but it's call me out, but it's also like, just notice those things as they come up, right? And don't label yourself as bad or this is sinful or something. Like, it's just have that awareness, have that consciousness. Look at how these cards kind of mirror each other. The moon in the center of the forehead, the space between the eyebrows. The seat of your intuition, right? You know that what is for you will never miss you. And so if you have any limiting beliefs about your own worthiness to receive the things that you want, then that's something that we need to look at. You don't have to be anything else but yourself, and know that that is completely enough and deserving to receive the things that you want. Because you want them, and you can have them because you deserve them. You are worthy of it. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of building the life that you want, the career that you want. And when you do it from a place of playfulness and life and love and creation, then it is a healing balm and medicine for not only yourself but everyone when you accomplish your goals, because it's done with the highest intention and the highest love for yourself, because you deserved it. And when you show up as your most authentic self, then you bless everyone around you. Other cards did come up as well. Moment to moment and patience. You have to take it one step at a time. One day at a time. Don't rush. Honor the cycles too. I love this card. I love it. Moment to moment. Just take it as it comes. It's so joyful. It's so zen. This is the Zen Tarot, right? But feels so playful and free. Like, you get to take each step, each moment with freedom and connection to this playful energy and this light body that we are in, our energetic body, right? We're a physical body. And then we have a rainbow body. We have a spiritual body. We have our essence, right? Follow your essence, follow your bliss, let it flow, and just trust and allow it, because when you're in your flow, that's when you're the most able to create and to bring things into fruition quickly. There is patience, which both of these cards, I'm gonna be honest, hard for me. Patience. Oh God. I'm not always patient. I want to do things. I want to do it now. Boom, boom, boom. But this is why this is also a message for me, right? Like, we as a collective have to remember to honor the cycles, especially as women, using our cycle to our benefit. And if you look at this, the abundance, right, and the natural growth, the natural process that has to happen for this to accumulate. So honoring the cycles, setting intentions with the moon, and just understanding everything happens at the right time. And you'll know there's a moment when it reaches back for you, and you know right then that it's for you. Do you know what I mean? There's not going to be any fighting or forcing or conflict or challenge when things are right. When you're in your divine energy, this playfulness, and you're exploring the path, you're taking it one step at a time, you're allowing yourself patience, knowing you're not, working against any time clock, and then you can notice those moments when it starts to reach back for you. Interesting. So be really mindful of that negative self-talk in your mind. Why is politics here? Don't choose things that are confusing or don't seem as they appear. Don't do that. The Lover's in stress to clarify politics. And maybe you're involved with people or interested in someone and you think that's the answer to your dream, the manifestation of your dream, but if you sense that it's off, it's off. Trust that. That's our message. I hope that you connect with this. If you did, let me know. If you need support, if it resonated with you and you need support, also reach out. Let me know how I can support you through whether that's a personal reading or hypnotherapy session. We can build out a plan that is personal for you and your needs as you're exploring this path of manifesting your dream and having it, but also knowing that to have it is to already know that it's yours and you're living it right now. So I want to encourage you to honor yourself and take care of yourself. Give yourself some love. I have my journal in the other room, so I'll definitely be reflecting on this for myself today. If you're in the area in Southwest Florida and Fort Myers, feel free to stop by Ritual Space. We have a calendar full of things, all wonderful things that are happening. If you're interested in more, you can follow us on our Instagram as well as our website. You can come to my website to book your next session, and just trust that you're on the right path and you're figuring it out, and it's all happening as it should. Just take it moment by moment, and know that we are all healing together. We're all doing this together. So hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.